Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. Here with my second match of Jund Lukka Surprise. Looks like a nice hand. We have some ramp, Ragavan. We're all set up for our turn 3 Lukka into Emrakul. We just need to draw the Lukka. See what our opponent's up to. Okay. Mono green. They're also ramping. So what's the worst that could happen on for their turn 2 play with 3 mana? Because we want to set ourselves up for our ramp plan. So Hierarch, next turn, Hierarch and a Ragavan, dashed in Ragavan, a Ragavan Thoughtseize. I imagine our opponent's probably pretty happy not to be getting Thoughtseized here, or having their Divided Halfling killed. No one wants to see their turn 1 and a dork killed when you're trying to use it to ramp into something. Ren and 6, pretty good against our current board. Sure. So maybe this is a 4 or 5 color money pile. It's looking like what it is. A basic forest though. Tricky, tricky. Alright, so we can dash into Ragavan and theoretically kill this Ren and 6. No help with a land off the top. This right here, that tells me they probably have a kill spell. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna try to dash this in, and hopefully our opponent was relying on this Ragavan to get them fetch lands. Or, sorry, relying on this Ren and 6 to get them fetch lands and make their land drops. So hopefully they don't have the Solitude to pitch. And this allows us to not get, if they play a second Ragavan, or I keep saying Ragavan instead of Ren and 6, if they play another Ren and 6, they can't just kill off our Ragavan this way. And we can do Noble Hierarch into a dashed Ragavan next turn if we want. Probably want to run out of Thoughtseize here pretty soon. They're getting to the point where they can start putting down 4 and 5 drops, which on math is the most likely. Saheeli Rise, I say. Felidar Guardian combo deck. That'd be pretty neat. Haven't seen that in Modern in a few years at this point. All right, so they missed their land drop. So they made a land drop. All right, Spitter Reunion's nice. So I think we're going to start with the Thoughtseize and see if we can take out whatever card they're going to, if they have the Felidar Guardian to kill us next turn. And they do. So our opponent is 1 draw away from winning. And we are 1 draw away from getting an Emrakul. So hopefully they won't get another Felidar Guardian here. They are scrying every turn, so that's a good thing for them. Let's see what they found off their scry, if anything. So do we Karn, the Great Creator, and try to get something like Pithy Needle, I guess, would be our best play to shut down the Saheeli Rye combo. That would surely kill us dead as soon as they draw it. I think we'll go ahead and go to combat. Get our Exalted trigger. See what our opponent's up to. They just go ahead and block. They have their 4 mana. So do we have a basic forest anymore? Not sure it really matters. The last spell is a counter spell. Go get a Pithy Needle. Name Saheeli Rye. Okay, so our recording stopped for some reason. I'm not sure why. So what happened in the meantime was we got a Pithy Needle, played it, named Saheeli Rye. They had a Boseiju to blow up our Pithy Needle. So we're really hoping to get the Lukka here so that we might have a chance to close this game out. Another Karn the Great Creator. So we can go ahead and do Bitter Reunion, pitching Boseiju, and hope to get draw into our combo. We can -2 and go get Liquid Metal Coating and cast it, and then go ahead and start picking apart land. What's going on there? Going to ultimate next turn. So well, it's boring, but I think we're going to -2. Ooh, we could just get the Combustible Gear Hulk, but instead we'll get Liquid Metal Coating because we can cast it. Then we're going to go start attacking their mana. See what we hit off of that. Leyline. Oh, Leyline Binding's really nice. We can't cast it. That's okay though. Hopefully we're keeping our opponent from getting this Felidar Guardian combo going with by taking apart their land. We'll see if maybe they drew it. And they scoop it up. All right, so we got there with our Liquid Metal Coating. Our Karn package was able to pick apart our opponent, slow them down. We thought seized right on time. Had the Pithy Needle, they answered it, got the Liquid Metal Coating, and that was it. So I think no Emrakul, no Lukka, but the Karn shows why he's so powerful in this deck. Certainly against a deck that isn't putting pressure on ourselves, putting pressure on us themselves, and instead is their own 2-card combo deck. We were a long ways away from finding Lukka. All right, let's go to sideboard. So what is the best way to answer what they are doing? If I was them, I'd be bringing in Pithy Needles myself, but they didn't see our combo. Pull some Ross is always nice, but just to gain the life. But I mean, we're dead. We don't have any more removal in our sideboard that hits Felidar Guardian. So I think we just have to trust that we will have the removal we need when they're ready to go off, and run it back like that. Maybe we'll have our combo in hand. That'd be pretty sweet. So this isn't a bad hand if we didn't have this Emrakul in our opening 7, so we're going to mulligan. And we have the Emrakul again, but that's okay because we're going to put it on the bottom. And we're going to do... So now we have the lightning bolt we can use to kill their delighted halfling and make them sad. See what we draw though. Might be a fatal push would be better. All right, so this turn, yeah, we're going to go ahead and shock, bolt. Next turn, play 2 hierarchs. Be ready for a turn 3 Lukka if they don't have the Ren 6. We are weak to Ren 6. It's not as heavily played anymore as it used to be. The price has dropped considerably. And Delighted Halfling, we could say, is an obvious upgrade in this deck. I'm not sure, though. If it's obvious or not, I think the Exalted triggers make a big difference for us when we're attacking with Ragavan to get through some hits. And then the mana, the colored mana we get to cast things is also kind of a big deal. All right, so they're going to get their fetch lands back. We are going to lose one of these hierarchs. Hopefully just one. And next turn we can go get Karn and get a Pithy Needle to either shut off the Ren and 6 or shut off the Saheeli Rai combo. See what if they play a Saheeli Rai, will be incentivized to get the Pithy Needle, even though it'll be a turn too slow because they're going to pick off one of the hierarchs, unless they decide they'd rather make their land drops. And since we have 2, it's not really worth. Nope, they're going to kill it. It's always worth it. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to get Saheeli Rai or get Pithy Needle and use it. So we're dead to the combo if they have it. We did hit a Thoughtseize though, right on time again. Teferi and Omnath. Okay, so Omnath is great. Teferi is a way to answer our Emrakul. Man, 5 hit is an Omnath deck just with the combo. Okay, so Teferi's great. They're going to be able to bounce one of our hierarchs and kill the other one if they want to get rid of their. But Omnath is so powerful. They can't trigger it this turn. We're going to take Omnath. Play another one. So this is where the hierarchs are better than the halflings. We're going to be able to hit the Ren and 6 for 2. And therefore they'll have to, if they want to kill one of these guys, they're going to have to lose their Ren and 6. And then the next turn, if they want to balance up one of them with the Teferi and kill the other one, that's fine. It hopefully will not hurt us too bad, especially if we draw another land. But even if they do that, if we hit something like Ragavan, we can then do. Well, we'll see what they do. There are a lot of lines they have now. Looks like they hit a land, saving their Windswept Heath for the Omnath that they hope to draw. Alright, so they're going to bounce and kill, or are they just going to kill or bounce one and leave one alive? That's the only play, because otherwise we could just kill the Ren and 6 anyway after recasting this. Fatal Push is a dead card. Currently. It could answer Felidar Guardian if we have Revolt, which we currently do not. Not looking too good for us. Their Planeswalkers are going to gain them so much value over the course of the game now. We don't have answers for them. We cannot. They have this to protect their combo. So even if we did have the fetch land to crack and to use the Fatal Push to kill the Felidar Guardian, we can't do it until our turn, so we'd be dead. So I guess what we're hoping for is probably a land or a Ragavan. A land so we can get Karn down and play a Pithing Needle. Ragavan so we can dash in and kill the Teferi. They played the Windswept. They have 2 cards in hand that we don't, and so in all their mana. Sure, one of them is a Leyline Binding. Yeah, it looks like our opponent, unless they've gotten, there's our land, unless they've gotten really unlucky, they are going to, and we're already down to 9. What if they just boarded out their combo anyway? I mean, assume they have answers, Leyline Binding, Counter Magic, the 2 cards in hand, but and we mistapped. We should have, it doesn't really matter that much since we can't cast instants anyway, but we should have let the black, and we have to tap out for the Pithing Needle, but that's why we didn't think about it. But after mistapping in some games and it costing us, I'm sensitive to the issue right now with these 3-color decks. Let's see if they're going to counter this. They're just cracking. Alright, so I've realized every time I type in something for Pithing Needle, it triggers the new window in it. Solitude, okay. And when it does that, it turns off my video and makes me restart. Alright, so they got rid of our Ignoble Hierarch with Solitude. They're going to probably attack down the Karn, and then we're left drawing, but needing both a creature and a Lukka to get there. And our opponent plays ways to answer a resolved Emrakul, so we don't have any ways to give it haste. So basically, we're now playing 4-color Money Pile. Yep. So at least we'll go get a land. So that's nice. But we are needing some help off the top. Lightning Bolt would even be a Footfall Crater to cycle. It is a way to give our Emrakul haste, which is essential to our game plan. It also just gives them a target. They want to return it to our hand. So let's cycle it. I mean, we're pretty far behind right now. I don't see us able to come back at this point. I mean, we needed to, that is one way, it's one of our combo pieces, but we still need 2 more, and we're at 8, 7, 6. I mean, we're dead in 2 turns. So I don't think there's any coming back. I mean, we're dead to the Saheeli Rai, pinging us plus this, hitting us each turn. So that gets us to 4. Next turn we're dead. We were going to draw a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, we're not even getting a whiff of our combo except for that Emrakul in our opening hand. So we're seeing a lot of Planeswalkers, but we don't really have anything to bring in against Planeswalkers. So we're just going to run it back and hope that we can dodge a Ren and 6 and get to a turn 3 Lukka in time. Even if we really need a hasty Emrakul against a deck like this that plays main deck Teferis that can bounce it. Fatal Push is really not what we want to see in our opening hand, unfortunately. It does answer their halfling. We do have a, so we have interaction, we have a Ragavan, we have a way to dig for our Lukka. So we're definitely going to keep. I mean, we're in a position where a couple lands, and if any of this stuff sticks, then we get the Lukka, and we are ready to roll with an Emrakul. But we see how much interaction our opponent plays. They have lots of main deck answers for our one-drop creatures, and they have ways to answer resolved Emrakul. So it's going to be, we got lucky in game one by just having the Karn win, but that's why a Karn is a good addition to the deck. It gives us a legitimate alternative win con. Let's see if they have an answer. If they're going to play a halfling like they have every other game. No, well, it looks like they're going to answer it. Prismatic Ending. Yep. So we're going to run out this Hierarch, and it's going to make us sad if our opponent follows it up with another Wrenn and 6 on turn 2. It would be the third game in a row they've had a turn 2 Wrenn and 6. They don't have the mana, though, so that's good. So we can't get a turn 2 Wrenn and 6 this game. So that's something. Oh, man, we really need to hit our land drops. So we can Bitter Reunion, pitching Bitter Reunion to hit a land drop and hopefully dash in this Ragavan, I think is our best bet. Otherwise, we'll just play the Ragavan and hope it doesn't die, but Fatal Push is not that good at this, but it does give us instant speed answers, so I think we're going to, oh man. Oh man, why deck, why? Why must he run so cold sometimes? I mean, we haven't even sniffed our combo in 2 matches, in part because of our opponents interacting in match 1, but here we're just, now we're not drawing lands. In last match, I think the second game, all we did was draw lands. All our opponent has to do is a Wrenn and 6, and our day is going to be somewhat ruined. Maybe they'll play a Saheeli Rye. Maybe they won't have any interaction. Okay, fair enough. All right, maybe they're getting unlucky too. Land. I used this Fatal Push, so I guess that's one reason not to pitch the Bitter Reunion. I was not expecting to draw no lands, but that is a thing that can happen in Magic. And they're holding up counter Magic. Here comes the Leyline Binding. Oh well. Womp womp. So if we end up losing this game in the match, I think the place we went wrong was holding on to this Fatal Push and pitching the Bitter Reunion instead of pitching the Fatal Push. Because we really need to be making land drops and digging for answers, and we're doing neither because of what we've drawn. Now, of course, you don't know you're going to end up drawing what we did, which was a Karn Lightning Bolt into another Fatal Push. And it might have looked really good had we hit land, Lukka, or whatever, some combination that got us there. But in hindsight, of course, it's 2020. Couldn't even be a fetch land. So we can use this Fatal Push to try to kill an Omnath or a Felidar Guardian or something. Maybe we should play a single artifact land in our sideboard for moments like this, where we really just want to make a land drop next turn if we're able to play this card, and we don't draw a land. Oh. There's the Wrenn and 6. Yay! Yay! What a frustrating game. I mean, it's hard enough to beat these type of cards with our deck when we're hitting on all cylinders, but they just have so many ways of slowing us down. And they have the counter magic up. Hit our second basic swamp. I mean, we're gonna run out the Karn, probably get a counter spell out of their hand for this, or a kill spell. Maybe they don't play counter spells. I don't even know if I want to get Pithy Needle at this point. This is the type of deck I expect runs in One Ring. Could just go ahead and get Tormod's Crypt and mess with their graveyard shenanigans. Liquid Metal Coating is always nice, but they probably have an answer for this Karn. Oh man. Oh, we're 2 turns away from many of our creatures we can get there. This does get rid of a Mortifier an enchantment. It gives us back our Ragavan, and it gives us a creature. Alright, we're going to take the Haywire Might. Try something different. Okay, so this will give us a way to get rid of this Leyline Binding. Get back our Ragavan. Or it will give us a creature to sack if we draw Lukka. Assuming our opponent does nothing else. Alright, there's the Saheeli. We have been lucky to hit Thoughtseize. We got real lucky in game 1 to hit that Thoughtseize right on time to get the Felidar Guardian out of their hand. We'll see if we get lucky again. Another card. Alright, so we can bolt the Wrenn and 6. Haywire Might. Get back the Ragavan. Get a Liquid Metal Coating with the Karn. Start trying to attack their mana, even though they got so much of it. So we'll start with Haywire Might. Go for the Wrenn and 6. See if that baits out a counter spell. No, maybe they just don't play counter magic. That's what it's looking like. We can do that in instant speed, so we'll save that to our opponent's turn. They might just have the combo in hand, and therefore they don't care about anything else right now. The second card in hand, I think we're going to get a Tormod's Crypt. Cast it. And what this is going to do is hopefully allow us to trigger Revolt. Well, that was probably a mistake because we already have the Revolt. We have a way to trigger a Revolt at instant speed, but we'll see what our opponent does. It gives us a little bit of insulation if they have an answer for this card on our turn. And we could have gotten the Liquid Metal Coating for next turn, but they're so far ahead on mana. If we're going to win that way, then we're going to get extraordinarily lucky. They don't have the Felidar Guardian, so that's good. I imagine they have the Solitude in their hand. That would be a thing they would have, but since they haven't been casting counter magic, or they're not casting their combo. Leyline Binding again. Alright, sure. So they still have the mana to flash in Solitude. I don't know why they would have Leyline Binding it if they had a Solitude. Alright, well, we're getting very close to needing... There's the Felidar Guardian. So our plan came together the way we wanted it to. So we were able to nerf their combo. They can reset their Saheeli at 3, which is a win for us. Now we're really hoping for... I don't even know what, to be honest. There's our Lukka. Man, I thought they... You may exile. I guess they changed their mind after targeting. I thought... Anyway, that was... I think we did it right, but... So I think we're going to cash in our Karn. We did get our Lukka. Play our Pithy Needle. Restart our recording again. Okay, restart our recording after naming Saheeli Rai. Run out another card. They have one card in hand, so I'm wondering if maybe we... Now we go get... I kind of just want to get this Combustible Gearhulk, to be honest, because I've yet to play it. This might be the time for us to win with the Combustible Gearhulk trigger. If we draw a land, we can run it out there. If we don't, I'll probably just play the Lukka or go get Liquid Metal Coating. Seiju, maybe? Leyline Binding number 3? Going after Karn. Okay, fair enough. They're out of cards. This is it. Land would be awesome. Lightning Bolt. I mean, what do we do here, man? They're out of cards. I mean, what the risk here is that we... I can't believe we hit a Lightning Bolt on our land. The risk here is that this is a 1/4. We can't kill it with the bolt. The risk is that we exile our Emrakul with our Lukka. That would be just our luck, to be honest. I mean, we could just not +1 it. Alright, we're doing it. Rolling the dice. No way it's an Emrakul, right? No way. Alright, good. So next turn we can win. Fade 1 draw deck. I mean, we don't actually win. They have so much land and so many things they can sack that they could actually sack a bunch and still have the mana to cast it to Fairy and bounce our Emrakul. Oh no, they just died at the damage. You gotta be kidding me right now. And they top deck the Felidar. I mean, they scryed into it. Oh, that's frustrating. We are one turn away from winning, and they had scryed into the Felidar Guardian. No cards in hand. I guess the misplay here is we had the bolt. Man, we had to fade one draw. One draw. I should have paid attention if they scryed on top or bottom. So yeah, that is a mistake. But we had to fade one draw. And the way you interact with this is, wait a minute, what happened? I'm confused. Why didn't they win? Why didn't they win? They should have won there. I'm very confused. I think our opponent made a worse mistake than we did. They must have not. They should have won that. They should have won right there. Okay, well, we'll take it. They made a mistake. We made a mistake. Their mistake was far worse. We made a mistake by not realizing that we had the line, not realizing that the way we fizzle the combo is that when they blink their Saheeli Rai, it comes back with 3 loyalty on it. When they go to activate it, we lightning bolt it, and I think it dies. And that fizzles their combo. Instead, they blinked it and then didn't reactivate it for some reason, which is how you win the game with this combo. So very confused, very lucky that our opponent punted away that game. I hate it for you, opponent. You should have won that game. Of course, I could have played it differently and had the same. We would have drawn. We have bolted in response, drawn the Lukka, or drawn the hierarch off the Lukka maybe. Well, anyway, it's hard to know because I had exiled the 3 cards. What a weird game. Some mistakes were made. We got through it and managed to get the match. So GG's. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. I'll catch you on the other side. Johnny Cycles here. Man, I forgot about the Pith Needle. So yeah, that's why we didn't lose to the combo there. Duh. I'm over here just mind-boggled why our opponent punted, and meanwhile I just forgot that one of our permanents on the battlefield is Pith Needle, and we happen to have named Saheeli Rai. So yeah, that's some boneheaded commentary, and just another reason why both Magic and talking at the same time is very difficult. So yeah, we were able to nerf their combo play. So no one punted except for me not realizing that I had already shut down their combo and forgetting that I had. But no one punted. We played it correctly. They played it correctly. I assume they scried whatever card was on top to the bottom and drew the Felidar Guardian, which would have won them the game had we not had that Pithy Needle out. So we managed to take down 4-color money pile control, maybe 5-color. Executed our game plan on turn 11 with a hasty Emrakul for the win. Pretty sweet. Fought through a lot of hate. I'm really surprised that we were able to get to this point in the game, to be honest. Karn, again, really just showed its worth. We were able to tutor up a Haywire Might to get back a Ragavan to draw out another Leyline Binding. We were able to get the Pithy Needle, obviously, that ended up saving us the game. In the second time they hit a Felidar Guardian, we got the Tormod's Crypt with the Karn. The first time that saved us a game when they got the Felidar Guardian, and we killed it in response by triggering a revolt by sacrificing the Tormod's Crypt. So Karn really carried us through the midpoint of that game and right into our combo. So in reality, we played our 1-drops into Karn, managed the game via Karn, got to the late game, hit Lukka, hit a creature, and executed our Emrakul game plan. So it went almost to perfection, minus just the forgetfulness on my part that we had the Pithy Needle out to shut down the Saheeli Rai combo. So yeah, pretty sweet win. If I wanted to go back through and do another voiceover of that game, I would make very different commentary, but either way, I can enjoy it in hindsight now that it's over and I remember why we didn't just lose. It was not our opponent's misplay, but rather our play that got us the victory. So pretty sweet. All in all, the deck grinded it out. I'm very impressed and very happy. So thanks for watching, and we'll continue cleaning up our play as we go along. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. I'll see you on the next one. This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Tanky. I'm Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. Check out my website where you can read articles on my commander decks, my various modern brews, and my science fiction fantasy novel that I'm publishing serially every month. cyclesgaming.com. Be sure to click that like button and subscribe button on YouTube, and I'll see you on the next one.